Shannen, and we're Picky Eaters at Sea! Hello!
Hello everybody, here we are on the Disney Dream.
It's a cruise ship.
It is. In the ocean.
We are in the ocean.
On the ocean.
That's great. So this is episode 1 of 2.
Yes.
About our time here on the Disney
Our time
Dream.
here, our cruise ship food.
We are on a
special.
4-day, 5-night cruise, right?
Yes. In the Bahamas, the cruise stops at Nassau, Disney's private island of Castaway Cay, and then a day at sea.
Yeah. So in this episode,
Part 1,
we're going to talk about like all the kind of fast food on the ship, buffet, cafes, bars.
and then there is like, you can sit down for lunch, sit down for breakfast, but there's one menu.
Yes.
No matter which restaurant you sit down
For
at.
sit-down lunch and breakfast.
Yes.
And then our second episode will be about the assigned dinners.
Yes.
And that'll be out in a month.
And we will not be talking about the fancy pay extra restaurants that have no food that we would eat.
Yeah.
Maybe someday.
If you want to pay us to go on another cruise and go to Remy's and Paolo's,
We will do it for you.
that's right. So most of the food on the ship is included in the price of your sailing. Most of it is it's free, but you paid for it.
And sodas, water.
Yes.
Everything.
Now, alcohol costs more.
Mm-hmm.
Specialty drinks like coffee,
Smoothies,
stuff like that cost more. And then the fancy restaurants, Paolo's and Remy's, you have to pay more for. And then like specialty food items, like the appetizers at the bars,
Yes.
gelato,
Yep.
few things like that. It's always indicated.
That it costs money. And theoretically, you could come and not get any of those things, and you'd eat and you'd drink and you'd be fine.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't drink alcohol.
You wouldn't drink alcohol, but you could drink soda. And like if you're at breakfast and you're like, I want coffee, you get coffee. It's like if I want a gingerbread latte.
Yes. At a different time of day.
That's $5 or whatever.
Yeah. Now we will transition into something else.
We're here in Cabanas, which is the buffet. It's open for breakfast and lunch. When you board the ship on the first day, Cabanas is what's open for you to come have the buffet. It's open the latest for breakfast. It's open till 10:30 for breakfast.
It's a buffet, but right now there are various COVID restrictions on the ships. One of that is that you are not serving yourself at the buffet. Everything is still laid out like a buffet would be, but instead the cast members behind the buffet, you tell them what you want, and everybody has to remain masked inside unless you are eating, so you have your mask on. Tell them what you want, and then they are wearing gloves and use tongs and stuff to put it on your plate, down the buffet, and give it to you. So there is breakfast. There's like the regular breakfast food, and then there'll be like a fruit salad area, and then like a cereal area, which just has like the Kellogg's cereal boxes, and you can just pick those up yourself.
Yeah. And there'll be pastries. So like breakfast is like pastries. They'll make you omelets. There's eggs, bacon, sausage,
Mickey waffles, pancakes,
some vegetables.
For breakfast the past 2 days, I've had a croissant and a chocolate chip muffin. Croissant today was a little overbaked, but other than that, good. I love the chocolate muffins. Had scrambled eggs. You know, they're fine. It's like, you know, it's good buffet food, but it's buffet food.
Yeah.
Still.
You know, it's kind of like getting your like continental breakfast at the Hampton Inn or something, you know.
So then lunch, there
was all sorts of things.
Yeah. So when I had lunch here on the first day, I had like lamb and potatoes, and they always have during the lunch like little dessert items too. I had like a chocolate mousse Do you remember what you had for lunch?
I had chicken fingers and roasted potatoes.
Yeah.
And the vegetables was like asparagus.
Right.
And a dinner roll.
I think I had some carrots and broccoli. Dinner
and
roll.
For dessert, I had vanilla ice cream on like an apple tart thing. Hey, husband, what did you eat? He doesn't remember.
That was like 2 days ago. So yeah, not necessarily like standard, like lamb you wouldn't normally find at like a buffet.
There's a wide variety of food.
Yeah.
I remember seeing like steak and pork and mac and cheese.
Yeah, there's always
French
like
fries.
a kids or picky eaters section that's got like French fries, chicken nuggets, or chicken tenders with mac and cheese.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's always like a salad section.
There is like a little bar in here if you need to have a drink.
And then for the like fountain beverages and tea and coffee and that kind of thing right now, usually they would be serve yourself, but instead they are cordoned off and a cast member is there and you go up and tell them what you want. They will fill a cup for you. They're wearing gloves and then they put it on a table and give it to you.
But traditionally it is just a buffet. I'm sure eventually it'll go back to just being a buffet.
And so like if you get tea right now, like our mom got tea this morning, he like filled it with the hot water and then gave her the mug and the tea bag so she could still steep it herself. Oh, also a thing with here at Cabanas, when you come in you have to wash your hands. They have actual sinks. I think those actually existed pre-COVID.
They did.
Yeah.
They did.
And even because it was a buffet.
Yeah.
And before COVID even, disease and infection spread easily on ships because you are confined.
So even before COVID, going in when you'd go to dinner and before you go into a restaurant, they would give you like a hand sanitizing wipe usually, or hand sanitizer.
So right now they either squirt hand sanitizer in your hand or going into any restaurant or a shop or something, they ask you to get hand sanitizer from a dispenser.
So then on deck,
yes,
there are the like quick service restaurants. It's Cars themed, so
Flo's V8 Cafe, and then there's 3 windows. Luigi's Pizza, and then
Tomato's Grill.
Yep, and Fillmore's Favorites.
Yes.
Luigi's Pizza is pizza. Different kinds. It's, different variety of pizza.
It had the longest line. We didn't get pizza.
Yeah. The grill,
hamburgers, hot dogs,
chicken bratwurst.
Okay, so we got food from Flo's V8 Cafe. So this is from the tomato part. I got a bratwurst and french fries. These are french fries. They taste exactly the same as like fries at the park. You could get stuff on your bratwurst, like I think there was sauerkraut and stuff. I didn't, but you could. They also had hot dogs. They toasted the buns, which I thought was nice. That's not bad. Especially for what you deem is like, counter service food. That's not bad. It's not like amazing, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna eat it.
Mass made.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got a hamburger, a cheeseburger with lettuce, and you can get other toppings, at least tomato, but I didn't get tomato. It's a lot of lettuce, a lot of stringy lettuce. Yummy. They don't ask how you want it cooked because they're just kind of mass made, so it's like well done. And the cheese is melted on there, and they toast the bun, so that's all good. And then they have the lettuce at the end. Good counter service, basically.
And then
Rob had a
from Fillmore's Favorites.
So Fillmore's is more the like
healthier food,
veggie
so
food.
Sandwich and paninis and wraps and kind of things. And then there was like fruit and stuff. So like he got a bowl of fruit with his panini, and that was all. It was fine.
It's a pretty good variety.
And then there's also ice cream.
And the name of that is Ice Cream. Tastes like ice cream.
Yeah, it tastes like soft serve ice cream. And then next to that is like a smoothie, frozen drinks. Those cost money.
Yes. And then there is Vanilla Peach Sweets and Treats, which has been on the Dream for about 5 years. It wasn't here during our first trip, which was 2011. And it everything in there is a separate purchase.
Yes.
So they've got like gelato and specialty ice cream flavors. You can get special sundaes in there, and then they've got like cupcakes, Wreck-It Ralph themed cookies, macarons, and then they've also got the kind of bagged treats that you'll see at the parks,
Yeah, the
like
same kind of
popcorn,
bagged candy.
pretzels, stuff like that.
So we did get some gelato. We didn't film that, but we did get some, and it was fine.
It was really good.
It was good gelato. I like, personally, I'd rather just go have vanilla soft serve ice cream.
Yeah, it was like, okay.
But it was good. I had cookies and cream. What did you have?
I had Rocky Road, and it had like chunks of marshmallow and pieces of chocolate, and then I got brownies on it. So, you know, it's like you can get a ton of toppings on the gelato too. So it's not only a variety of flavors, but a variety of toppings. So it's like if you really like getting ice cream with a bunch of stuff on it, you can do that. Because the ice cream that's out next to the pool, ice cream, that's just, you get a cone.
With soft serve in it.
Yeah, but that's free. So that's kind of all of that we just discussed is up here on deck 11.
Deck with the pools.
Yes. So it's all the like, you get this and then you can eat it quickly. You can eat it while you're by the pool.
Yeah. Although I will say the quick service places usually have quite a line.
Yes.
Because everyone who's up on deck, and it's like a quick place to get lunch, and so it does tend to be quite busy.
Yes. Cabanas is always busy when it's open, but like,
it's very big.
Yeah, it's made for a line and made for a lot of people to say, you know, this is just one section of it. It's a big circular restaurant. Yeah. And there are multiple lines of the buffet that have the same foods. But so that's pretty much all the like quick serve things.
Yeah.
So we can talk about the cafes and bars separate. Okay, so now we will take you to wherever we're talking about next.
We're here at Royal Palace, and I got a strawberry smoothie. I took the cherry off and gave it to my mom because I don't like cherries. That tastes like exactly what you would expect a strawberry smoothie to taste like. Maybe a little creamier, which isn't bad. It's very good.
Smoothies and alcoholic drinks, special drinks, cost extra.
Yeah, that's what we're getting.
So,
I don't know how much, but
spending Dad's money.
Lots of things cost extra.
like our love.
Thank you, Dad.
Thanks, Daddy. Okay, so I got the hamburger. I asked for it to be plain, so I put ketchup on it, and that is it. And it comes with fries and a tiny coleslaw. Here, I'll start with a french fry. It tastes like a shoestring french fry.
It's a pretty normal Colleen meal.
Yep.
She said I call the burger at the beginning.
You did? I did. Pretty standard hamburger. They didn't ask how you wanted it cooked. There's no pink in the side, so it's well done. The bun is kind of oily, which like I don't love because then my fingers feel dirty. But it's just kind of a standard hamburger.
Try the coleslaw.
I don't like coleslaw, but for you, it's so gross.
It's not as gross looking as other coleslaw. Dad's giving me strong shots.
I guess that wasn't like too awful.
It's not like soft.
Yeah, I'm not gonna eat it, but like I guess it's fine. I'm gonna give it to my husband. Here you go. Thank you.
Okay, I've got fettuccine's, came with chicken, and it's tomato sauce, which I'm iffy about, but let's try it. Chicken. It's got some tomato sauce in it. Very seasoned chicken. Very herby seasoned. Yep. And I got Parmesan added. to the whole plate. The fettuccine is good. Not too much tomato sauce. It's a good spread of tomato sauce. And that's it for my dish. Now Dad can eat his food.
So now we're going to talk about the sit-down breakfasts and lunches that are not scheduled for you.
It's just the restaurants are open for a certain amount of time.
And not all of the restaurants, not all three
No.
of them every day.
No.
And so it's the same breakfast menu all 3 days, all 4 days, whatever, at the sit-down restaurants that are open, and the same lunch menu. You have had breakfast at Royal Palace.
Yes.
And we've both had breakfast at Enchanted Garden and lunch at Royal Palace. Let's talk about breakfast.
So, the breakfast, and it was the same both mornings at Royal Palace and Enchanted Garden. There's
you get pastries.
Yes, they'll ask you, oh, do you want a croissant or chocolate muffin or whatever. And then there's
Those are good.
the chilled out section, which has smoked salmon, a fruit plate, a like charcuterie plate, grapefruit. There's a couple different yogurt parfaits. And then there's the Goofy's Get Up and Go, which is scrambled eggs, grilled sausage, tomato, and fruit. The peanut butter and jelly typhoon, which is like a pancake with peanut butter and jelly on it. Captain Jack's Melon Boat, which is strawberry flavored yogurt. Mickey Waffles. I had the Mickey Waffles this morning, and they were good. I think they were possibly better than Mickey Waffles you normally get at the park,
wow.
but probably because they were fresher. Like they probably just made them.
Instead of being from a buffet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say just in general, the breakfast is kind of like a buffet breakfast you would have at the park. But
Enchanted Garden usually or used to be a buffet.
Yes.
Like you can see for breakfast it was a buffet. But currently you order.
Yeah.
So there's no buffet open. And then you can get buttermilk pancakes. So you can get plain blueberry, cranberry, or chocolate chip.
I got chocolate chip. You got
And
chocolate
I got chocolate chip
one
the
day.
other morning. They were good.
It was good. It's only 2 small pancakes.
Yeah.
It's a pretty small breakfast. That's good because I don't like to eat a big breakfast. But if you want a big breakfast,
You could get, because
Just
you could
keep
order
that in mind.
everything. They'd bring it to you.
Yeah. So this is still all included.
Yeah.
It's not extra.
Belgian waffle. Then you can just get eggs. You can get hot cereals,
Oatmeal.
omelets, and then there's like a couple other meals of scrambled eggs, bacon, sausage, hash browns, grilled tomato, hash, French toast,
Very, very
a crepe.
French toast.
Yeah, very, very French toast.
And then you can add on
So I
tomatoes,
added on
hash browns.
bacon both mornings. It was good bacon. I liked it.
And they do give a pretty good portion of bacon.
They do. It's bacon.
I got hash browns, which was just one triangle of a hash brown. That was a good hash brown. And yeah, other little, like you can add on sausage, the kind of stuff that you could normally add on at breakfast. So yeah, it's not that different if you go to Cabanas for breakfast. I mean, it's some of the same stuff, but you get to sit down. I would say a lot of it is fresher, because it's coming right out of the kitchen. So then for lunch, are you going to be able to find the lunch menu again?
No. I cannot access
Because
the
there's
lunch
not
menu.
a lunch again.
But it had a lot of sandwiches and hamburgers, and salads and stuff. So I know our mom and Rob got like a lamb burger. Dad got some sort of like salmon salad thing. I got a plain hamburger. What'd you get?
What did I get? We filmed it. Did I get a pasta?
I have no idea. But
There's no way of knowing.
my hamburger was not great. Like I ate half of it and I was like, I'm done.
I got fettuccine with chicken.
Okay.
Not fettuccine Alfredo. It was in a tomato sauce.
Okay.
And it had chicken on top. It was good.
But obviously not memorable.
No. And, you know, I'm not a big fan of tomato sauce, but I wanted something, different. I mean, chicken's not different. I've had chicken, like, a lot of times on the cruise, but wanted some pasta. Yeah, I mean, I think it was fine.
I had a smoothie. I liked my smoothie.
Oh, yeah.
It was a good smoothie.
Yeah, so how would we rate the breakfast and lunch options?
The sit-down breakfast and
The
lunch
sit-down
option.
breakfast and lunch options.
I really liked breakfast, but I
Yes.
didn't love
Okay,
lunch.
should we rate them separate?
Sure.
Okay.
I would give breakfast a 4.
Yeah, I'd give breakfast a 4.
I liked 4. 4 is good.
It's pretty solid.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of options.
Yeah.
Lunch a 3.
Sure.
There are less options, and yeah, it was more just like meh.
Nah.
Like, it wasn't bad. It was
But
okay.
I will say, they're really accommodating on the cruise ship.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Always.
like, I was like a plain hamburger. Fine. If Shannon had just been like, I want pasta with butter on it, they
Yeah.
would have done that for her.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, they're really
Next
accommodating to dietary issues or just, like, picky eaters.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
That
almost
is always
every menu already has vegetarian options. They'll have sugar-free desserts. Yeah, I mean, they'll have options that are already built in. And the menus will always, any of the sit-down menus will say dairy-free, gluten-free next to them, so you know. Product placement. We are on the deck of the Disney Dream. We're on deck 4. Right now, we're parked at Castaway Key, which is Disney's private island. But that's not what we're talking about right now. What are we talking about?
I don't know.
Well, first, let's talk about their cafes on board. If you want to get coffee,
So there's, I think, 2. There's Cove Cafe and Vista Cafe,
yes.
and they're like coffee shops.
Cove Cafe is the adults only area,
Yes.
so your kids can't get coffee at Cove Cafe. Sorry.
No.
Yes, everything.
So if you want specialty coffee, like a gingerbread latte, that's the thing they have right now. It's
yeah, right now they have specialty seasonal ones.
Yeah. And so those cost money.
All of the things at Cove Cafe and Vista Cafe cost
Yeah.
money.
Rob and I went and we got coffee and tea, and he liked his coffee, and I liked the tea.
So
And we
Cove
went-
Cafe is more of a place you can sit and hang out.
Yeah.
Like Vista Cafe has seating, but it's overlooking the atrium, so it's not really always a quiet place to sit.
No.
Sometimes it is, like during the day, but just to keep that in mind. But you can also, I mean, with almost anything on the ship, you can just get up and carry your food and drinks wherever you want, because you can just then give the next food and beverage cast member the stuff.
Yeah.
It all goes back. It is all on the ship.
And then there are bars. So here on the Disney Dream,
There are
there's
like
the
at least
adult,
2,000 bars.
There's an adult section on each of the ships.
An adult like bar club area.
Yeah, which after a certain time, like 7 or 8, is like 18 and over only. But like during the day,
Other small events will be
Yeah.
out there that kids can go to.
so I-
there's the adult section on deck 4, and then there's like an adult pool and pool area with pool bars
on deck
and the Cove Cafe.
11 or 12.
And that is always 18 plus, except if you're like just walking through
Yeah.
to get to an elevator or something.
So here it's called the District. There's the District Lounge, 687, Pink, the Skyline Lounge, and then Evolution. Upstairs by the pool is, I think, the Cove Bar, which is like in the pool.
Yeah.
And then Currents, which is above the pool. Yes, on the other side of the ship, there's a bar called Waves. So we've mentioned Remy and Palos, which are I think they're also 18 and older, I think.
Yes. Yeah.
The fancy, expensive restaurants. There's a bar in between them. And then there is a bar in the Smokestack, Outlook, which we went to go look at, but it was closed for pregnant. There's a bar in the atrium.
Right.
And then, like, up on deck, there are just waiters with trays roaming around.
And then if you go to the stage shows, Preludes opens, which is these two little bars right outside the entrances to the stage shows.
And you get, like, a drink or popcorn.
So there's so many bars, and we love the adult areas. It's not even just, like, for drinking, just for hanging out.
They do fun activities for adults. Like, most of the cruises we've been on, I have been an adult. We came on a cruise for Shannon's 18th birthday.
Yeah, it was great. I had fun as a kid, but I had fun as an adult. I've gone through every age group and done everything. And, in a way, I have more fun as an adult because I like my family and I like to hang out with them. But I know that I had lots of fun as a kid that I just don't remember very well.
That's true.
We did want to talk about, we did a chocolate and liqueur tasting.
I actually did two things. So they're they call beverage seminars, which is like you do a tasting. So they're beer tastings, wine tastings, whiskey, bourbon, cognac.
And these all cost extra, of course, but they cost like one price, not paying for
so a lot of them were like, oh, it's $28. I think the chocolate and liqueur one was more. But they, in the grand scheme of stuff, they don't cost that much for like what you're getting.
You get a little bit of, in chocolate and liqueur tasting, we'd had 4 drinks, and it's not a lot of each drink. It's not a full
like a shot.
And then we also had chocolates and cheeses.
And I did another one. My husband and I did a champagne tasting where we had, I think, like 5 different champagnes we tasted, and it's all like, a third of a glass. Like, it's not a ton, but they're a lot of fun to do.
The chocolate and liqueur one, the cheese we had is $900 per wheel.
Yeah.
She said. So, like, we were eating expensive stuff. She said a shot of the whiskey we had would be like $40.
Yeah.
So they're really worth the money, and they tell you, all the kind of history and information about stuff.
And it's like the woman who was hosting the ones we went to, at least, I believe, is the sommelier from like Palos and Remy's.
I think she said Palos.
So
but maybe
she talked about both, but it was like she knew what she was talking about.
I wish I
and it
could
was
remember her name.
Joyce.
Okay, Joyce.
Joyce
She
was
was great.
amazing. We loved it.
So these are hour-long tastings. She just talked the entire time.
She talked for an hour. I know the history of champagne. Like, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, so we would definitely recommend those if you're someone who likes to drink. Pick out the one that has the kind of drinks you like. The liqueur one was cool because it was like a champagne, a wine, a port wine, and a whiskey.
Yeah, and it was about like pairing them.
Yeah, pairing them in general, but specifically with chocolate and cheese.
Yeah, and I've enjoyed the champagne one.
Yeah.
We have in the past done, there's one that's like mixology, which is cocktails, and was fun, though I think Shannon and I only liked maybe half of them.
Yeah. That's I really liked learning about pairing because
that
it was
cool.
like, I don't like this, but when I eat it with chocolate,
it's better. Like, who knew?
When you eat anything with chocolate,
but yeah,
it's better.
So those are really cool. And so there's a lot of bars, and like they'll have signature cocktails like at each place, but it's a full bar, so you could ask for them to make anything. you know, my husband asked for like, he wanted bullet specifically, and it was like,
Mom
yeah.
and I had this really delicious like chocolate and Bailey's drink. Like that.
I just say Bahama Mama when I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
That's my.
And they make good Bahama
We
Mamas.
do. We did also, so in one bar we did get some food.
Oh yes.
We got a pretzel
The
and like
pub,
chips and dip.
687,
The pub.
has appetizers.
Yeah.
I don't think all of them do.
And those were fine, you know. We ate them. We were hungry.
Yeah, we had chips and salsa, and then Mom and Dad had a pretzel, which I had a bit of the pretzel. You had a bit of the pretzel.
Yeah,
it was good. Yeah, I mean that was
So,
good.
I mean, I think the bars and lounges are cool, and I, you know.
And excellent service.
Yeah,
I mean,
the tastings are amazing. So I would give them a 5.
I would give them a 5 out of 5. This is our first ever Picky Eaters 5 out of 5, which is kind of
It's not bad.
no.
Our first 5 chicken nugget review is the alcohol.
The alcohol in the Disney Dream is worth 5 chicken nuggets.
The one thing you have to pay extra for. It's great.
But it's not just that the drinks are good. It's the
The
experience.
places, they're
Are
cool.
good. I mean, I'm going to be putting footage in here. They're all themed, and
Yeah.
not like Disney themed.
No, not
necessarily.
at all.
Like Pink has the pink elephants on
But like
the
on
side.
the door.
Yeah.
Like that is it. I like the bars on the Fantasy are really cool. They're all themed around like
Yeah.
locations. So like it's an Irish pub, and there's a bar that's like an Italian carousel, and one is themed to the London Underground.
Yeah. So 5 out of 5. Yeah.
Yeah. So, this first episode, we talked about.
Yes, this is the end of the first episode.
We talked about.
Everything other than the scheduled dinners and lunch on Castaway Cay. Those you'll hear about in our second episode.
Next time, tune in.
But we wanted to give a rating
So let's see.
to
We gave
quick service.
We gave the bars 5.
Yes.
We give the cafes. Did we give the cafe? I guess the cafes and bars were together. We
Yeah.
gave 5. We gave the sit-down breakfast and lunch. a
We
3.
gave the breakfast a 4.
The breakfast a 4.
Lunch a 3.
What did we give?
We
the fast
gave.
food?
Woof. That was so long ago. I honestly don't know. I think it would average out to about a 4 though. Or 3.5.
Let's go with 3.5.
3.5 out of 5 chicken nuggets for all of the quick service, alcohol bars.
No, I think 4.
Now you think 4? Yeah, 4. 4. It's pretty good.
We love it here.
And it's,
Number 1.
and we'll talk about this in the dinners one too. It's all very accommodating of picky eaters and dietary restrictions. So, some stuff is like, it's just okay. And it's all a great experience. And that's what really matters. That's why we do it.
So, 4 out of 5 chicken nuggets for food on the Disney Dream Part 1.
Yeah. So tune into part 2 next month. Here
Yeah.
comes the sun. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Comes the sun.
Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching. We're glad that we got to bring this to you guys.
Yeah. If you liked this episode, then we're Colleen and Shannen. And if you didn't like this episode, then we're your cruise director.
Yeah.
Please file all complaints with the Disney Cruise Line.
Yes. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Very tender. Oh my god. Now we've both tried the spinach.